This is an MS Views and News interview with Yoli Pedraza. She's an astrophysicist and MS patient. Today, we're going to talk about her first year of diagnosis and how she turned that around to find motivation to help others. And we're going to get into that right after the jump. You got diagnosed. Like, what happened? Like, were you out looking up at the stars, trying to send rockets into space, and then was like, I can't see the maps in front of me. My vision is weird. Do I have a disease? Like, how did you become knowledgeable that you are going to be an MS patient?
Well, basically, because when I was diagnosed, I only think in Stephen Hawking. He was my idol. So Stephen Hawking, he was a genius in a wheelchair with a kind of sclerosis. So for me, it was a motivation. Okay, if he can do that, he can a lot of books and a lot of, he's a super genius. I can make it. So, and then yes, that was the first thing that I thought. Okay, now I am like a Hawking.
That's amazing because yes, Stephen Hawking had I forget the disease specifically that the condition that
he's with the lateral amyotrophic,
right,
amyotrophic lateral,
right,
sclerosis, amyotrophic lateral.
Yes, he has this condition that takes away so many things. However, he's able to be at the top of his field, at the top of anyone trying to do anything like he does. He's the best. And you saw that when you were learning your astrophysics and also becoming a multiple sclerosis patient. And you said, I can do this. He is an example of how I can keep going through my hard times.
Right.
That's pretty amazing. And I read an interview about, or a piece about you in a magazine. And I always wonder, how do people reach out to you in that, like, do they see that this important astrophysicist person also has multiple sclerosis? Like, or do you create blogs or have an online presence that says, I have multiple sclerosis, I'm also one of the smartest people in the room? Like, how do folk find you to want to have you tell your story?
Well, basically, I love the outreach, so I teach to my students, and also I like the outreach. So when the people look at me with the cane, or sometimes the worker, then they say, "Oh, yeah, what happened?" And they say, "I saw you have MS. Oh my God, how is possible that you are doing all these things with that?" Oh, yes, I have it control. And then sometimes also I motivate with my students at the beginning of every class, of every course. I explain that I have MS, so I try to have more connection with them, because sometimes the students don't open to themselves, so I try to open.
What I hear is that you share about your diagnosis to help other people also be vulnerable, because you are vulnerable enough to share about your medical condition. And some days you feel better than others, and those other bad days are really, really bad. But you show up, but you allow yourself to be comfortably vulnerable with someone. And that takes a lot of I don't know the word and what to say, like gumption. It takes a lot of knowledge of oneself to be able to talk about things that hurt and things that are not fun, but they are a part of their lives, and they still want to live as best a life as they possibly can with it. Seeing more stories like yours is really something that helps make that idea clear to people.
Yeah, basically, when I see people, well, sometimes when I see people with cane or walker or a wheelchair or whatever, I see, okay, you can do anything that you want. You don't need to walk. You don't need to run. I was a runner before I was diagnosed. You know, I went to middle marathons before when I was super healthy. I was 3 hours every day in the gym before to be diagnosed. So yes, I was a super health people. So I took a lot of trips around the planet alone, only with my bag before to be diagnosed. So yes, I say, okay, our life changed. Yes, it changed, but you have now the computers, you have the media, you can communicate with everyone in the social media. You can communicate with anyone via Zoom or whatever kind of video conference. You don't need to work. You don't need to go outside. Yeah, right now. And then you can communicate with the people without go outside of your home. So this is not the times, I don't know, 40 years ago, you know, it is now we have the technology with you, so we can do that. Actually, I am teaching 3 classes and 2 of them are online. So, you know.
So it sounds like because you, I don't want to say you're lucky to have MS, but you're lucky to have MS in a time with computers and internet and the normal expectation of being on Zoom and connecting with people in that way. And that's a blessing, because people 15 years ago, 10 years ago even, did not have that. And
yeah, right. And then before it was very difficult, you know, because how you can communicate with the people if you cannot walk, you know. So how can, the other day I was in the museum checking how the people was in that houses that you can come inside to the house after that you climb a stair and go inside to the house. So I say, okay, and what happened with the people that can't walk? They never go outside. Never.
Right? Look, last thing, how did you find out you were going to get diagnosed? Like, what happened? Were you starting to be tired and like could you not see anything? Like, what things happened to you that made you know that something more serious was going on?
Yeah, basically I was 1 week before to be diagnosed. I was 1 week with my legs, like I feel like ants walking, you know, like it was like sleeping. My legs first the right side, later the left side. So they feel like, you know, something was happening with my legs. But I say, I will pass again, it will pass, nothing is, you know. And then I thought I probably I did a movement and then I punched something there, and then after happened. Then after that week, I remember it was a Friday in summer, and then I was doing my PhD. And then I was 4 months before my thesis dissertation. And I remember that I went after that feeling on Friday. I went to my provider, and then she told me, okay, I am not sure what is it, but I can tell you that it is not good. It is not good, and this is probably dangerous, so I will give you a paper so you can go immediately to emergencies. Yeah. And then I say, oh, no, but I can't. I need to write the paper. I need to write
to do.
my science. Yes, I need to write my thesis, my paper. I cannot go. Come on, no, nothing. But after my house I was probably 5 minutes walking from there. So I tried to return to my house, but my legs every time heavy and more heavy and more heavy every minute. So I say, okay, it is not good. Then I just, as I don't know how, I went to my apartment. I take my bag with my computer and all the things that I could, and then I called to a taxi. I need a taxi to the hospital. So the taxi came to me. I took the taxi took me to the hospital. After that, the people in the taxi and also the hospital, they dropped me from the taxi because I was unable to move. You know, when I called the taxi, I remember that half of my lung in my stomach, the half also, I feel like it was sleeping. Half of my body was completely, blocked. Both of my legs, my right leg, my right arm, and part of my right side completely blocked. So I say, okay, it is not good. It is completely no good. So I went directly, of course, to emergency. They took me in a wheelchair from the taxi to the hospital. In the hospital immediately, they took me inside to emergency. And then they asked me what happened. But, I couldn't talk also, what happened? I don't know. And then I speak super, super slow. So I just remember that I say, I don't know. It is, I can't talk. I don't talk like this. I can explain. I don't know. I don't know. This is not me. It's not me. I only remember that. And they told me, okay, then you can explain something. And then I couldn't explain a lot. They only ask questions, like yes or no. So they ask, did you go to any special thing? No. Yeah. Did you drink something? No. Did you take drugs? No. Did you smoke? No. Then just easy questions, answer questions. No, yes, no, but I completely blocked to do any sentence, to explain something. I was completely blocked.
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah.
So the last thing I want to make sure that I ask you here, multiple sclerosis takes so much from you. It takes your vision, it takes your energy, and so on and so on. But it can also give you something as well. Like for me, it gave me this audience. It gave me this space to talk with you and to listen and to hear your story and share that with thousands of people. So it's taken some things from you, but can you say that it's given you anything?
Oh, well, yes, because, it is amazing because before that I was like with the diagnosis for MS, well, after that I was 1 month in the hospital with the diagnosis. And after that I got the, that is what, the blood thing, I don't remember, thrombosis in my leg because I couldn't move my legs. And then after I had a lump, what is saying, well, the problem in my leg broke and went to one of my lung. Yes, in total I was 1 month in the hospital. So after that I was with pills I was with the things in the vein, I don't know, 5 hours in one day. I was multiple days in the hospital. Yes, I was bad. But after that, when I was discharged from the hospital, I remember that they only sent me something to feel a little bit better, but not a treatment. So before that I have the diagnosis for MS, I use glasses to read, before of that. After that, 1 year when I begin with any treatment for the medical trial, I got a medical treatment for MS. And then I remember that it was like amazing because, it completely fixed my eyes. I never use again the lens. Now my eyes are better than ever.
Really?
Because this is something good that I have from MS.
I'll take it. I can't walk or do my classes for very long as much anymore, but my vision's better.
Yeah. My
No.
vision is perfect now. And then I go to the specialist to check my eyes. I went 2 months ago and they check, no, your vision is perfect.
Fine.
You don't have nothing in the eyes. So yes, because before that I was diagnosed, I used a lens.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Multiple sclerosis taketh away, and multiple sclerosis giveth. So
Yeah.
it gave you vision and sight. No, Yoli, thank you for talking about your story and the joy that you can get from MS and the not so fun things. Because being vulnerable with yourself in front of other people helps other people be more vulnerable in their own ways around their people. So really, thank you for coming in and just talking with us here.
And another advantage to be with MS, and then if you use a wheelchair or a cane or something of that, you have special space for parking. You have a preference for the airport. You have preference in the airplane. I have sometimes I pay the tourist ticket in the plane, and they put me in the business side.
Okay, let's
go. Because I have a cane. So, yes, of course, I can move to the business side without paying more.
So it has its perks every now and then. It has its perks.
Yeah, and then you can use this for good, and also you can search for all the advantage that you can get as a disability people. Absolutely. So you need to search for everything. If you have discounts, use it. If you have I don't know, you can get a lot of advantage. So it's only search for them.
Love it.
Yeah.
Yoli Pedraza, where can people find you on the socials, on the interwebs, on
oh yes, let me search for that. Let me find it. It's because I have a Facebook, a public Facebook.
Right.
And then it's because I am ambassador for the Jet Propulsion Laboratory. So I
know. You saw she stuck that in there, you guys. You're the ambassador for what?
Yeah, for the Jet Propulsion Laboratory of NASA.
We have a NASA specialist scientist with multiple sclerosis in the building because everyone gets MS and everyone figures out their own way, their best way forward with it. And sometimes it's hard, and a lot of times it's more harder than hard. But we all find our way. And that's why it's lovely to have you here talking about your own way, Yoli. Thank you. Yeah, you have the link. I paste the link for my Facebook in the chat, so you can share with the people that want to contact with me. You can share the link. Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you so much for being here and telling more about your story. And thank you guys for watching. And we'll see you on another MS Views Now. Thank you so much.